Welcome to the Unpack Podcast. We are unpacking the reality behind today's public schools. I am Mickey O'Neill. I am your host today, and I am joined by Jason Mellema. Jason, will you introduce yourself to our listeners, please?
Hello, everybody. This is Jason Mellema, Superintendent at Ingham Intermediate School District. So glad to have you here as we unpack the realities behind our public schools. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right. Well, today we are going to talk a little bit about intermediate school districts. And tell us a little bit about intermediate school districts and their role and how they support students and families.
Sure. Intermediate school districts, or ISDs, in the state of Michigan are an important structure when we think about the continuation of services and how students are supported. So here within the state, we have what was codified in 1962, a structure that looks at how do we work as an intermediary between the Department of Education and local schools of education. So LEAs, local education agencies per se. So when we think about what ISDs do, ISDs provide systems of support. We think about kind of three broad areas. We think about general education, we think about special education, and we think about CTE. And when we're doing it well, we're working in collaboration with our local districts to make sure that students and their families are being supported.
Wonderful. Can you talk a little bit about early childhood and how that plays a role in it as well, how those connect? And where they
Absolutely.
fall?
So we have a couple of areas that intersect, and early childhood is a great example of that. We have early childhood services when we think about special education early on services, recognizing the importance of getting interventions early, and what it does and how it provides better supports for students and being able to work through the challenges they might have hitting their milestones for learning. We also have supports that we provide in the areas of free pre-K for all, what's been known as GSRP, the Great Start Readiness Program. And so making sure that students are prepared when they make it to school. And so GSRP, that area kind of exists within our general education. Obviously, as I mentioned, the early on services, it's an important part of early childhood, but that supports our special education. That's just an example of a department that works within kind of those three different buckets. We also think about some of our general education collaborative services that we provide. It might be payroll or business services or IT. Sure, they're within our general education bucket, but they provide systems of supports for all of those buckets that are there for students in CTE, special ed, general ed, things like early childhood.
Wonderful. Can you tell us or tell the listeners what is the age range in which ISD supports learning? Can you share about that?
Yeah, so it's interesting. We work from birth all the way up to 26.
That's a long time.
Yes, it is. If we're doing it well, we're providing supports for families even prenatal and thinking about how do we make sure that babies are born healthy. So we have early learning play groups we have that are set up throughout the ISD for families to be able to come in and just interact with other families, think about healthy ways to provide supports. We provide in-home services for some of our youngest learners. We have staff members that literally come into the house and are down on their hands and knees and are playing with kids and working through things. And then we have students that are over the age of 18 that need supports for transition-based services. So we're working on providing real hands-on experiences with local employers and businesses to make sure that they have skills and they can continue to work into a job. And then we have students that will age out at 26 for some of our programs as well. So a wide variety within that spectrum that we provide to support families.
That's fantastic. Well, that's all we have time for today. We'll recontinue this conversation later. But thank you for sharing the information that you did today about ISDs as a whole, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for letting us unpack it.